Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel Techado again, and in this video we are going to do some memory test or RAM stress test on the 13-inch M1 MacBook Pro. Now why M1? Why not like MacBook Air or anything, because specs are pretty similar if you're buying the 512 MacBook Air versus the MacBook Pro base version. The only difference that you might see is that the MacBook Pro has got an active cooling system. Now you might be wondering that should I buy the 8 gigs version or the 16 gigs version? Now this video is very critical because this will enable you to decide whether you do want to get the 8 gigs version or the 16 gigs version. Remember this, that these are already been updated by a lot of software developers. So I think Adobe has not been updated for M1 Macs because there needs to be a code change, and hence the Mac is performing better on the DaVinci side. So last time when I put this video out, you will see that I had a lot of timelines out here, and this was shot in 4K, to be honest, right? So what we are going to do is that we are going to minimize the task. We are going to see what sort of RAM it's getting used. So right now you'll be seeing my memory usage is 6 gigs out of 8 gigs. I do not know yet that, so DaVinci Resolve is using 3.45 gigs. Okay, what happens when I open up Google Chrome at the same time? So I've opened up Google Chrome. For example, I open up YouTube, and for example I am watching Techaton's videos. So I go to Techaton's channel and I'm watching one of his recent videos. He also has some fixes and everything. Let's check out activity monitor again. My memory usage goes to 6.58 gigs. That is very interesting, very interesting. Okay, now the madness begins when I open up more than 10 tabs. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep on opening tabs. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and all of these 10 tabs I will open up maybe Amazon. I've got DaVinci Resolve and I have got 10 tabs open out here. So here you go, guys. Watch this. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I've got 10 tabs open out here, and I've got DaVinci Resolve opened out here. So let's see what is the RAM. For some reason it's optimizing it and bringing down the memory used to be 5.9. That is interesting, right? Now what happens when I try to do rendering, and while I wait for the render to happen, will my RAM go higher when you surf the internet or anything, right? Because that is virtually impossible. So we'll add to render queue, and after that we're going to press render all. So right now you will see that the timeline will be jumping or anything, but I don't want to wait, right? So what I do is that I open up Google Chrome and I'm going through all the tabs right now, while DaVinci Resolve is still doing his stuff, right? So it's still doing all the stuff that is required to be done. Now let's see activity monitor again. It's using 6.75 gigs still. Isn't that crazy? How is that even possible? Try to do this on an Intel Mac. It will at least consume 16 to 18 gigs of RAM. The task that I'm doing right now. Now here is a crazy part also. Usually video streaming, 4K video streaming sometimes cannot be done, because sometimes it takes a lot of RAM also. So right now I'm waiting for my other video to be uploaded, and in the same time I can see where is my timeline is at. So it's saying like 3% is done. So you will see that the render goes a little bit slower compared when you're doing a lot of multitasking and everything. So right now the render split is pretty slow, but it's still happening, it's still going on. And in the meantime 10 of my tabs are open. So watch this. RAM usage is 68% and CPU usage is 20%. Like, how is that even possible? Again, let me go to my activity monitor, and you will see RAM usage is only 6.75. Okay, let's push this a little bit further with the help of numbers. Now numbers and like Microsoft stuff should be more or less the same. For example, I'm creating something, right? So I want to put another table out here, and like I'm making some other data. So for example, I'm just writing down something like this, and I am right now working in numbers. My DaVinci Resolve is open, and yet my memory used is 6.57. And if I go down out here, all my other tabs in Google Chrome is open also. Like, how is that even possible? Usually in Windows computer, you probably would require like 17 or 18 gigs of RAM for this, but this 8 gigs is not even getting maxed out. It's round about 60 to 65% all the time. I've not seen it reach 95% ever. So we are going to do a separate segment on productivity, which is going to be Word, Excel, PowerPoint by Microsoft, and we are going to run Zoom on it at the same time. And apart from that, we are also going to open up round about 50 Google Chrome tabs just to max that RAM to 95%. Is that even possible? So stay tuned. See you guys on another episode.